10 o'clock.
On the dot. We on time.
You talking about?
You know, these millennials with their opinions and their podcasts. Every one of them has podcasts nowadays. Hey, no one cares about your opinion, buddy. Alright? I'm here to tell you. I don't care what you think about love or sex, politics or religion, or how you're socioeconomic, blah, blah, blah. Save it for someone who cares.
But they should know better than ours.
Respect.
What's Izzy your?
What's up?
I said, what's Izzy your?
This is another Millennial Podcast. I am another Millennial Podcast host. I go by the name of Nick Teasy, a.k.a. Young Tizzard. Shout out to my boy Wizard, a.k.a. LaPod James, a.k.a. Big Homie Young Segway Son. I got a couple co-hosts in the building with me.
Welcome to the show, everyone. You know, this your boy Los. I was missing last week. I had my friend come by and replace me though. Anchovy Jesus, love you.
Anchovy Jesus.
Anyways,
I still don't get it, fam. Are we supposed to get that?
No.
I don't.
No.
I want to.
What does that mean?
I don't know.
No one knows what it means.
Fucking lows.
Is it provocative? I don't know. It gets us every time. They get me every time.
get you asking questions, don't it?
Anchovy Jesus.
Anyways, that ain't me. Obviously, that was my replacement. Go ahead.
Yep. What's up? It's your girl ACB, aka AC Montana, aka Ace B the God, aka Hotep AC, producer in the ACB studios.
We also got some people behind the cam today. I don't know why I can't ever remember that word.
What's really good, y'all? It's your girl Bola, the queen of Pepper Them Gang in the building. How y'all doing tonight?
Howdy.
It's Grizo, aka Mr. No Face, No Case.
Oh, that's not the one I was supposed to hit. Wait.
Wow.
What, you got a sound effect for it now?
Wow.
I thought I had the. Sorry. There we go. That's what I was trying to do. I was trying to do the air.
We in the building. Kid Poetry, if you ain't know, it's me. And
Toby, and I have to work on my intro.
That's what KP stands for.
yes, it does.
Wow.
Got poetry in your name.
Wow.
Shout out to the Black Love in the building.
Is that part of your name? Like, is that poetry is your actual name?
Kid Poetry.
Oh. Okay, that's cool. That's cool regardless.
Ah.
How y'all doing?
And we never got that poem out of you either. I remember the one time the first time you told us about it, we had asked for it. We never
I still
got
have
it.
nightmares about the fact that we don't have it.
You got some shots out of me. That might have been it.
Okay. We'll take it.
So how's everyone doing?
Great.
All is well, man. I got a birthday coming up.
We know it.
When is your birthday?
Sunday,
That's the
26.
26.
We turning the big 32, and I was thinking about it from that last one that we
year.
did. I'm still going with that shit, bro.
What?
Magic year. It's my magic year, bro. Like, laugh all you want to.
I mean, Magic is thriving now, sure.
I'm saying.
Oh, shit.
He's fucking thriving. One of, like, a bomb-ass businessman, bro. He got some stacks on deck. He's straight over there.
I wonder
Ain't
if the
26
kids-
the best number?
26?
No.
Nah.
Why you say that?
Trying to shoot the shot.
Oh, okay,
I don't
okay.
know, shoot the shit. I don't know what the phrase is, but
'Cause I'm like 26 be trash.
random ass
26
number.
was a horrible year. 28, I was good, though. I liked it, 28.
28? Yes. 26 plus 2. 2 is my favorite number. So 26 is a great year, I guess. I'm kidding.
I wonder if the kids are gonna call 24 their Kobe year. Like if a kid was to turn 24 now, would he do it? I'm so interested
Probably.
to know.
Now,
No,
probably.
the kids don't know Kobe.
Come on, the kids.
The kids don't know Kobe.
The kids know
No, they don't.
Kobe.
I think they know of Kobe, like kind of like we knew of Jordan.
but never watched them.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if that's the case, you gotta know. You still know.
And
by
then-
the way people talk about this.
What age are
And
the
then,
kids
and then
we're
they're talking about him, but
20.
then it's like,
Oh,
never mind.
those are adults.
Young adult.
16-year-olds?
Yeah, I thought you were talking about 16. 10 to 16? Nah, they don't know Kobe.
Nah. But my point was just I wonder if people would like, you know, even though Kobe is a great, Magic is a great, he's thriving, but, you know.
It's become part of our culture. Like,
You know, because I mean, you know.
like you know how like our culture, like in large part, is based off of like our current language, and then vice versa. Our language gets developed by what our culture is. So it's kind of like people are, to your point, always gonna know of Kobe because we reference Kobe even if we don't know we're referencing Kobe. You know. I'll like beat a level in Candy Crush with one move left, and I'll yell Kobe, like.
Oh, you did that before you even fucked with Kobe, is what you're saying?
Yeah, things like that. You know, it's just like.
Definitely like the little kids who be throwing the shit in
Yeah,
the trash
that's
can.
where I got that from. You know, it's like
Kobe.
Yeah.
So you don't think a 12-year-old?
No one yells
At the
Jordan.
same time,
No one yells Jordan.
during their time.
Right. At the same time, I was about to say they definitely might be like Curry.
That's what it says. It's gonna be
Right.
Curry. It's about that nostalgia, and for them, they don't got those memories with Kobe. Yeah, nah.
Nah, I think they do Kobe if they're like pretty close to it. But then the further away they are, they'll start yelling Curry.
I hear y'all, and Curry is the greatest shooter of all time, but I only feel like Curry will pop because it's similar to Kobe. Like it's a play on Kobe.
Nah, at the same time, they be like Steph Curry. Like they say it like that. Like
Chef Curry with the pop, boy.
yeah, Drake definitely made that shit way familiar. Goddamn, I remember it too, like just playing the game with you. Like I'd be like, okay, Bron, okay, LeBron. You know what I'm saying? Like so, you know, he out there.
But see, that's my whole thing, though. That's why I think the 10 to 16-year-olds, man, the young kids, just because it's cultural. You know what I'm saying? It's not even about knowing who these people are. It's just about
5 years, you won't hear his name except amongst ball players.
Kobe.
Yes. Really? The next part, you won't hear his name except
Kobe and the
amongst
people
ball
that
players.
Even amongst our generation? Even amongst our generation?
Nope. I'll come back in 5 years. Nope. I don't hear his name that much now. Like, and it's still just a recent death, but I don't think you're going to hear his name in 5 years. Except amongst ball players or like avid basketball fans.
I love it, Green.
think so. I don't agree.
He believes in us. We're going to be around in 5 years for him to
Jordan.
come back to say the same shit.
Who knows? I feel like
I love the
people
trust.
talk about Jordan and his game, so I don't see why Kobe would just fade into the
Abyss.
And they speak so much about
Into the annals of
they
history.
speak so much about his work ethic, where it's not even about him anymore. He represents like dedication.
Right. I feel like a lot of the current ball players and athletes speak of that, yes. I think the casual fan and consumer of sports in 5 years will not speak of Kobe. He
You
will have a
remember?
place in sports, the sports world.
When he died, like how they said this was like one of the most recognizable deaths in the world. Like
Yes.
the world.
Yes.
So I mean, it's bigger than just like athletes. It's the cultural
Right.
effect
And the
that
culture
athletes
moves
have.
on, and they have current people that they're going to be more enthralled by. And in 5 years, they will not speak of him. If you say the name, they will remember and recognize who you're talking about. They will not actively talk about him in 5 years. They will have other things going
This is
on.
a good topic. Who?
Huh?
Who else? Who do you think will
So
be
the
bigger
culture that we have, they're
to
always
pass?
about right now and what have you done for me lately, especially I think this generation. So they will focus on whoever's hot at the time, but right now you have a Kobe and LeBron. They have other distractions. I think we appreciate our heroes in those nostalgic moments we have more than the current generation of kids that are growing up. They will move on to the next person. I'm not saying that he's not great, absolutely great, one of the greatest, but the way that the culture is now, these kids, 5 years from now, they won't even talk about him.
You don't think his family's gonna do a good job of keeping his memory alive?
In the circles that matter to them and wherever they do it, yes. But I think on a national level to where it's still relevant to the culture of young people, teenagers, people in their early 20s, no. No, I don't think it's going to stick.
Like they're not gonna have like a Kobe Bryant day
Nope.
or no shit like that.
They're gonna continue with sneakers though, so that's already one cultural thing that's gonna
True. And I'll be
going.
curious to see how popular they are 5 years from now.
And he played for the LA Lakers his entire
Yes,
career. That's
and that matters to us.
They about to build a statue. of
My
him
brother,
outside
20 years
outside
old.
the crypto
My
center.
brother 20, he don't even care. My brother's 20 years old, he don't care.
Come on.
He doesn't care because that's what's cool. That's trendy.
Yeah,
Doesn't
yeah,
necessarily
he
mean
thinks
that he
that,
doesn't
yeah.
know who that is.
If you say it to him, he gonna know. But is he gonna bring it up? No. Is he gonna speak it on his own?
Is
No.
he
Is
gonna
it gonna
make a
matter to
Kobe
him? No.
reference?
No.
He's
No,
not
he's
gonna.
not. No. But if you say it to him, oh yeah, I remember that dude. You know, he was nice, right? Yeah, he was nice. 5 years from
He
now.
gonna cry.
He throw
when
something in the
Soulja Boy-
trash. What he
when
call it?
Soldier Boy died.
He not saying Kobe. He's saying everything but Kobe. They saying whoever alive, whoever's current. I'm just talking about the mind of the generation, bro. I'm watching and listening to him. They on to the next thing like that. It's not a knock to Kobe. It's not a knock to his family. I'm talking about when we say culture, the culture we in now and the way they're going about shit. 5 years from now won't matter.
Man, but that shit happens to every fucking generation. Cause I mean, it's not like we're out here upholding our fucking culture and our history based off of our ancestry. Like I'm not out here speaking Ecuadorian or living that culture just because my family does
Which
it.
is why I don't feel like I'm saying anything that crazy.
Yeah, exactly. Like it's not wild. But
That's the thing. I wholeheartedly disagree, and that's why I feel like you are saying something crazy. We're so nostalgic. Like all we do is think about the '90s and
about
the fucking
our
'80s.
about our generation.
That's us.
But,
You don't think that-
But that we don't.
That's
we don't
us.
think about our parents.
Yeah, we
like,
don't.
Like,
Y'all don't think that we
favorite
dress like people?
artists.
Y'all don't think we dress like people from the '80s right now?
Fashion.
I mean, yeah.
But we're not doing it because
that's-
But that's
of
general.
them.
That's vague.
It's cultural.
We're doing
That's
it 'cause
general,
of-
though.
we're doing
That's
it 'cause
different.
of
That's
us.
much
We were
broader.
just talking about magic. Like
That's what I was
magic
gonna say.
is the '80s. Like it is
I didn't even know.
removed.
But he
it
was the
got
start
big
of
recently.
that shift to basketball being an entertaining thing. Like basketball wasn't
Well,
always
Will
popular.
Chamberlain had over 1,000 women. I think it was pretty entertaining.
He's speaking to the mic.
But most people
Will
don't know who that is.
Chamberlain. One of the best basketball players of all time. So I think basketball has been exciting for a while. I think we still remember a lot of those people. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar.
We remember
he's somebody.
them.
Most
We
people don't know who he
recognize
is.
them.
Yeah.
We know, like even if we do know the names. So like,
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. Like I know their names. It's
I
not. They're
didn't- I
not
didn't
relevant
watch
to
them
me. I don't
play.
care.
I've never
I don't
seen
care.
I've
Yeah.
never even seen their highlights probably. Like and that I'm not the biggest basketball fan.
Yeah, I'm
but
not. Well,
like if I'll ask the bigger basketball fans in the room, do you guys consider those guys your basketball heroes or not?
No,
So,
I
yeah.
respect them as the greats.
My thing is my cultural reference, and this is me, a millennial. My cultural reference for Vince Carter was the latest song by I think Roddy Ricch. Put my whole arm in the rim, Vince Carter. When he say that line, so that's how I found out. Oh, he be dunking with his arm in there, and then
Yeah.
that's when I seen the highlight video. Had I known this before? No, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Now I will say that the future, what's the name generation behind us? The Gen Zers, them niggas like they care even less about entertainment and entertainers. You know, I wholeheartedly agree with Green.
I don't.
It's
think
all
they
about
care
that
less.
next thing. It's all about that viral thing that's hot at the moment.
I think they care as much. It's just they're not caring about the same things that we care about anymore. So it's just if it seems like they're moving on.
I
Or
also feel
they're not
like
caring
it's
as much.
different because they get an influx of information ongoing. You know, with regards to like social media and everything like that, they see so much shit so much faster than we seen it. We had to get our shit from the news.
Do you
on
mean
the TV.
earlier or faster?
They get it faster now.
Because I feel like we all get it at the same time.
We get it-
We're just
we
not
get it
as
just as
connected.
fast
We're
now.
not as connected.
But
10 years
they
ago.
right, we had to like go through stuff to get this information. They have like a constant influx of it, whether they want it or not. If they got a phone, they're strolling on something.
Right,
Some type of
so they're
social
getting
media.
this earlier than we got it. We
Babies got tablets right now.
Mm-hmm.
They doing
I
a
seen babies
full
start
on
off with-
college course type shit.
We passed tablets. We're seeing babies with smartwatches.
I've never seen a baby with a smartwatch. Oh my god, that would be fucking nuts.
That'd be cute.
Oh my gosh, I bet it's out there.
See, that's our generation. Is like no, we can just accept that like that. Like, of course, I thought it was cute when I saw it. Like, oh, look at you. You think you can know how to use it, and she probably does.
She probably do though. That's the crazy part. Probably be checking her heartbeat and everything.
Me and Babe was babysitting this little boy, and he had a little iPhone, and he was like, "Can you text somebody for me?" Like, he couldn't spell his name or nothing, but he know how to work this phone. He go to YouTube, and he's in the stage of starting to learn like letters and shit. So he's typing by memory like letters and shit in the YouTube videos that he can watch. And I'm like, bro, he like 5 years old. 5 years old doing this shit on the phone. And they just get exposed to this shit way early. Way early. I remember I couldn't even get a phone till I was 13, till I was in middle school.
Yes.
Now it's little babies. Like, he got a fucking iPhone, bro. I got a Google Pixel. I mean, mine's much later than his phone. Like, of course, somebody old ass iPhone, but that nigga still got an iPhone.
Yeah, my nephew has an iPhone and he's 9 years old.
Actual wondering, when did y'all get your first phone? I got mine at 14, I think. 15.
13.
16.
Personal phone?
13.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe 13.
I feel like I can appreciate the technological advancement that we're all experiencing, but it's kind of scary and depressing how social media is the realm that seems to hold the most weight, not even reality anymore. Like, that shit is really scary.
Is that our fault?
Absolutely.
Is it our fault?
All parties involved.
I mean, we don't have to be plugged in, but it's so good. We're plugged in.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of like programming. I hate to say it like that, but it's what's being fed to us. So you're going to want to keep up. People are getting the new iPhone every single time it comes out, like just to stay current and relevant. And it's just crazy to me. Even the metaverse is about to be like a real thing. Because I had homegirls buying dresses, shoes, purses on the metaverse, like spending real money on things that it's not tangible. All that stuff is crazy.
Black Mirror.
Yeah.
That's wild.
It's so Black Mirror. We're living Black Mirror.
And
right
what's
now.
crazy is they show it to us in all the movies and shows. Like, Netflix got a collection of movies that's talking about like dystopian futures and shit like that. All of them talking about, transfers of consciousness into different bodies and shit. If they showing us this shit now, that mean they've been practicing that shit years ago, and they just putting it out here to make us not so afraid of it when they introduce this shit on the mass scale.
I think we just really wanted this.
We probably to an extent, but I'm just saying.
I hate that you be going there, but nah.
I think us as a human collective, we
imagination.
definitely wanted this.
Wait, what are you talking about? What's imagination?
She said the dystopian shit, like, it had to happen if they were already showing it to us on screen. That means somebody did that somewhere.
They've been doing it.
Somebody can just imagine.
Art imitates life, and life imitates art.
Facts.
Very much so. Like, they take ideas from what happens and go and start creating shit at the same time. So
I mean,
it's very true.
I'm probably very ignorant, but I think from what you guys are saying, I'm gathering that we're probably already in something like that. Yeah. It's just a rudimentary form of, virtual reality.
Absolutely.
And that's
the
the
scam we're in right now that we're accepting.
That player one shit, like how more shows and stuff is presenting a world where this is a normalcy, where being in virtual reality is the new normal. And as that is getting promoted out here, the thing is, it already exists, not just in the movies. This not just no play shit or some shit that somebody done imagine. It's real as evidence of the shit. And again, they're putting it out here to kind of desensitize us so that we won't be so rah against it once they introduce it on the mass scale and make it available for a mass amount of people. Like,
do you think that this whole introduction of the metaverse is like, I can't really speak for all of us, I think we're all a happy bunch of people, but like, it's like in general for like human society, it speaks to how sad we are with our own reality, that we kind of spoke this into existence or kind of worked it into existence to make it a reality so we can go ahead and escape like the newest drug on the market or something.
I think it's what Toby was saying. Like, we're just a generation that is so overly involved and invested in social media that metaverse was the natural next step.
Yeah,
honestly,
evolution. Yeah, we could have definitely been a different type of technologically advanced type of people, but we really just are choosing to be going this route with technology.
But think about our history. Do you not think we always were looking for an escape, and this is just the latest one? Like, we had the crack epidemic, but before crack, we also had heroin. We had many different drugs, different time periods where
Opioids,
people were trying to escape. You know what I mean? We had
This is
war
just-
going on when people came back from that, and children that were left here. You know, everybody had their own period of.
I would add the rise of Hollywood to that as well, as far as like an escape.
Most definitely.
I know movies is my escape for sure.
Yeah.
Like literally going to the movies and just being away from everything and entering in this world for sure. And I know that's a big draw for Hollywood. Like you can just literally enter another world for a couple hours.
I think we have two things. One, we do always want to escape, and we want to escape, I guess, being restricted from being our full self. But in the flip side of that same coin, we also want to be connected. So I think a metaverse, like TZ just said, was the natural next step because of those two things. We still want to be connected, but I want to go connect with all the motherfuckers who are like me, like-minded. Yeah. And these motherfuckers might be across the whole motherfucking planet, but I can have them right here in this reality.
Easy access.
Of course that's going to pop because we want shit now. I don't want to wait. I don't want to have to fly all the way over here to go meet my tribe. I can't afford it because I can't fucking live because it's a scam. I'm just saying.
And I think the added addiction of it all is that you can be anyone you want to be. So I don't even have to be me. I can be my neighbor. I can be that supermodel. I can be whatever I decide to be. And everybody's going to know me as that because that's who I say I am. Yeah.
It's scary though, because I feel like people are going to be plugged in, addicted to living in this alternate reality and just like not taking care of themselves, constantly
pass
just
away in the game.
Yeah. And I mean, I've seen that in movies and shows, and I'm like, damn, what if I feel like it's possible? Like with all the VR, people are literally just sitting and.
Are we just being like ignorant old heads that aren't accepting of the new drugs and the new things that the kids are doing nowadays?
I don't feel like it because I feel like eventually I'm probably going to buy a VR set. I mean, like, not saying that I would have them right now, but I mean, I would because they're actually quite fun. I've tried.
Yeah, they're cool, man.
But I feel like with time, progressively, like, yeah, if that was a thing, everybody in this room would probably have a VR set and
probably
use that
work
shit.
In there and all kinds
yeah,
of shit.
Who knows?
I feel like we're just slower to latch on to it. It's not that we even like fully rejecting the shit. You know what I'm saying? But it's just that we cautious. We gonna let this younger generation hop on into that, and then we gonna follow through. You know what I'm saying? Or even with other shit, we following behind this older generation. We see that some of the shit that they did don't work, so we not with that working 40, 50 years in the company. Fuck that. You not treating me right as a person, I'm gonna be out. I'm not finna put all this time into this company just because that's what I've been taught to do. You know what I'm saying? We reject the things that don't serve us, and then we accept the things that do.
Facts. And they've talked about how they've created these things to be addictive, and creators are apologizing. So we're hearing that shit and trying to move cautiously with all of this stuff. We can't just get sucked in because, I mean, this addictive nature of social media or the metaverse or this whole social world is causing issues in reality. People getting into accidents, different things like that. So our physical body still is still housed here. So we're trying to figure out how we can utilize both, but still really profit here, because this is what really matters at this moment. I don't know if this ain't gonna mean shit. You know what I mean? In 20 years, and it's all about the real estate you have in the metaverse. But until now,
start building upwards, like on top of everything on the ground level.
Think about efficiency.
Like in the movies and shit.
Like, I mean,
Like in America? Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, we still got so much land to build on, but yeah, they're probably gonna go up first.
like if this is the logical next step to what our technology is leading to, then I think logically speaking, it ain't crazy to say, let's become vegetables. Like
What?
because if our technology is constantly evolving to improve our quality of life, and our quality of life is for sure probably going to be better in a virtual reality world because we get whatever the fuck we want right now, right there. So then why not preserve that quality of life? I don't know. It's just
That's my life.
like
It's artificial.
right. No,
But
but I'm saying like if we're talking about art imitates life and life imitates art, you know, you always see like the Matrix. You always seeing people just being like cocooned in some sort of egg. While they're connected to the Matrix. And not a single one of them are complaining. And then the moment they did is when the movie was created.
I'm like, are you playing devil's advocate? I'm like, that's literally like the worst part. Right?
No,
Where
no,
everybody
I'm
is
saying,
them
I'm
by
saying,
I'm waiting for the
capsules,
quality part. He said
Wait,
quality of
wait.
life. Where's the
They're
quality
like the
part?
capsules
But
that they don't
I'm
wanna
saying
be
it's
in.
just like for the preservation of that human life, they're living probably much longer than we are because they're being taken care of by the machines
And they're living in the Matrix where,
where they're happy.
yeah.
And
whole-
yeah, so it's just like.
But Neo was in the Matrix. And he
Right,
wasn't
I'm like, I
happy.
don't think
They weren't necessarily
know
happy. They don't know
happiness
either.
But that's the
is,
point.
right?
They're
Yeah.
like, they're not the norm. They're like the exceptions to the rule. All the niggas who are hackers, that's why they leave the Matrix. But
And-
Is
most
that what
people,
the
and
government
it's
doing now?
what I'm saying is like
supposed to be
it's not a human like as humans, me as a human loving person, I want my freedom. I don't want that to be the case. But if you like also consider like how kind of robots consider what's efficient, it's like they probably get rid of humans type deal. But you know, if we're not gonna be gotten rid of, we're gonna be farmed.
Right. And I mean, and that's just a way of preserving the life for the longest amount of time. That takes the least amount of maintenance. Because then I don't got to put up with your attitudes and your humanness and your things that make you a human. I don't have to deal with that shit. I just got to feed you, make sure it's released, and, you know what I'm saying, keep your heart beating at the end of
I'm
the
going
day.
full Terminator on you, nigga.
Like that.
Sarah, comment on this.
I hope so.
What are
I
y'all
hope
talking
so.
about?
I'm saying, I'm speaking from the point of the machine.
Get y'all.
And then I'm speaking from the point of the machine, because then if I do that and your consciousness is locked into this world, this metaverse, where you are then happy, you have all your needs met or whatever like that. Of course, capitalism still is gonna have its part in there, because the rich gonna be living a whole lot better than the people who are poor.
And that's
You know
I was
what
about
I'm
to say, yeah.
saying?
It's still gonna be winners and losers in there. It's not utopia. It's still gonna be winners and losers.
yeah.
If you're gonna find new insecurities in a digital world, like that's just human nature. You're gonna find new insecurities. Yeah,
Like this happened.
yeah. Like you're not about to be happy in there.
Yeah.
Might be for a little bit till somebody will start.
Classism again.
Yes,
The
it's
people
all
about to
got
say-
all of the games,
I just
all of
think-
the shit you want.
I just think VR speaks to like the nature of our humanness, where like
Cause we ain't shit.
we all have goals, we all have dreams, but not all of us really want to work towards it. And so VR just makes it easier to do that. And like
No, you play like computer games and shit,
Yeah,
right?
exactly.
Like those games, you gotta
Scammers and
grind.
cheaters
You
and
have to
shit
work,
gonna
and it's
win.
scammers and cheaters and shit.
Yeah,
But
they
there's
gonna be
no
at the top.
equality in there.
As always.
I get it.
Yeah.
If you're willing to
it's
sacrifice
but that's
morality.
that's a world that like, you know, it has rules, you can follow them. It's like things like that, like it's understandable, like for a person that I guess if you consider like a shut-in person, like they can understand those kinds of games better because there's a laid out set of rules. Obviously there's cheaters, things like that.
But you don't control the metaverse. You're still going into someone else's world. That world that you're going is going to be controlled by whatever corporation, and then they're going to design rules. Like there's going to be rules and structures to that shit, because there's always rules and structure to any society of humans. So even in the metaverse,
Whatever power exists.
yes, it's going to what?
Even if money
Oh, yeah, I think this shit about to be sweet.
I got more
No,
people over
obviously.
here.
No, you got to deal with a different like
Advertising.
system in there. Obviously, it's just
'Cause that's all it's for, is our attention. All this stuff is for our
About
attention.
to say, companies will start paying to advertise in the metaverse. Literally, like that quote, wherever you are, there you are. Like that shit is so real. We're just gonna take our problems from the real world into the metaverse.
Yeah.
Wait till
Take 'em
your
online.
soul data is worth something.
And then,
They're gonna have everybody in there.
and then if you sitting there with motherfucking shits on all day, you not paying attention to who the fuck coming up in your shit.
No, you're
Also, your
not.
eyes not gonna work after a while.
Yeah,
All
not-
that
I ain't doing that
stuff.
shit.
no wait. Yeah, check it. I'm just. I think I know you well enough to. Like everyone sounds like they're saying it negatively, but I feel like I know you well enough to think that all of this sounds so cool. Like, because I know you want to live past 100, 200 if possible, and this all would make things like that possible.
No, I'm not too keen on the metaverse.
What?
I think it has its merits, but the whole time y'all were talking, I was sitting here thinking about all the movies where they kind of talk about shit like this. And Ready Player One is where he was doing shit like that, and somebody tried to kill him. I was thinking of Wall-E, where all these people got fat and they didn't seem like they were having a good quality of life. And then you said The Matrix, that was another good one. It's like yeah, maybe in like virtual reality, I feel like shit would be dope, but that's not real.
Now check
So
it.
I don't know if I could get sold.
All of these movies are capturing the moment when all of that shit went down. People obviously thought shit was nice for a reason, and it got that bad too for a reason. Like it was nice, like obviously.
But that's the thing though, like it's gonna be those power dynamics. Like even in this virtual world, we not gonna have a class system. I mean, not that we're not gonna have one. We're definitely gonna have a class system, and there's definitely gonna be power dynamics in there, and it's gonna be winners and losers.
I think it's gonna be just like what social media is now. You know what I mean? It's really engaging. It's really exciting. They got the algorithms to draw you in. But it's a lot of shit in there that make you feel bad and that you're not going to like. And then you're going to spend too much time in there and be depressed. And, you know what I mean? It's going to be 5-10 years. They're going to come out with studies on why your muscles are atrophying because you spend 20 hours in the metaverse and not really moving. And you know what I mean? But people are going to be like, but I make money there and I have fun there and I connect with my friends around the world there. So, I mean, it's like it's going to have its benefits, but, it's going to have its cons as well. And I don't think that anything can really beat being like a cash millionaire in real life and having fun that way. Right. You know what I mean? I just don't think that's
about the billionaires and that's gonna be made off of that. The crazy, like we talking about, like you said, power dynamics and whatnot. It's like all of the people who aren't a part of that and all of the people that are making money is gonna be a quarrel between those two people. You know what I mean? Like we've seen it, the resistance and whatnot. Like think about all these people in the South. They're not getting on no fucking metaverse. They're just not doing it.
I don't know if that's true.
I'm talking about a lot of the older people. I'm talking about a lot of those Southern, in the house, good old boy. A lot of them are going to be against that kind of thing. So you're going to have that fight amongst the people. I don't know.
I just think it'll be like another generational thing. They'll probably like if they don't, they won't do it now, but they will later. Or at least their later generations will be, and they'll jump into that kind of stuff with a different mindset than everyone else who's already in there. And
times will always change.
Always.
I hear you saying it's gonna be different, and it is gonna be better in a lot of ways. But do you think overall, if people move toward just living primarily in the metaverse or just a lot overwhelmingly in the metaverse, do you think overall that would be like positive for society as a whole, like to move in that direction?
Society as a whole, no. Individually, I'm sorry, society as a whole probably. Individually, hell no. Because I would feel like it ain't really living our own human life anymore. Like, I mean, that's the getaway we're choosing at that point. We're choosing a different life at that point. But I mean, you choose your struggles.
All right, I got this. I don't know if this is a hot take, but just stay with me here. I be thinking about how people live fake lives online, right? And I'd be like, is anything really fake? And the fact that you actually do, even if it's a fake persona, it's not your real Avi, you're not talking about your real life, but you really do gain a following, or you really do gain friendship or earn money or whatever, just get stories off. And you really, have a good time there. Is that really much different than like a person faking their life in high school and being popular?
So instead of it being a fake persona, it's just their online persona?
Yeah. Like, is it really any different? Because I feel like, you know what I mean? Like, it's really just a person, which people have been doing since capitalism, I guess, or class systems, is trying to act like they're more or have more or be more than they really do or feel or are. And now it's more digital instead of real.
I think that's.
Does that make sense?
I guess that's kind of like asking, like, are actors and their roles, are they fake or not?
I mean, if art imitates life, how fake is it?
Right.
If Ace believes that anything that's on screen has really happened, how fake is it? I mean, I'm just, it's a podcast. We're just throwing ideas, right?
Well, I mean, even to that point, actors always go to a place of something that actually happened to them. They do try to connect on a deeper level. So no matter what, like, somewhere embedded in that character is the actual real person. Mm-hmm. That's the only way they can pull it off.
That and characters that study a character. I mean, an actor that studies a character and literally turns into that person, like even in their everyday life, still speaking in another accent just to become that person. It's coming from a real place of maybe like, I don't know, maybe mentally unstable. I don't know. But I feel like any actor or somebody, you have to be a little bit off to be able to do that. And I feel like
that could just be a developed skill.
Yeah,
but that skill
is kind of like
difficult.
Possessing other energy, you have to be open to a certain extent, and that can be positive and negative if you allow yourself.
Give me half a bottle of tequila. I'll show you a different personality. Easy.
That's what I'm saying though. It's when you open yourself up to good and bad. It don't discriminate. Right. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Not only that, what she was just saying, they embody the different personalities and stuff, but they also do research on actual events and shit. They not making these movies up just out of thin air, out of osmosis. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's research behind this shit. They have whole research teams to do this shit.
I think that.
So to answer your question, it's still fucking fake. Everybody here making it real. Because online, though, it depends on what type of fake we're talking about. So some people fake experiences to gain real influence. So the thing you're chasing and trying to gain is real, but the thing you're using to gain that real thing is still fabricated. So you might even fake your beliefs. You might say something that you don't believe. So that's not a real belief of yours, but it still will earn you real influence. So that's the part where it seems real, because it's like, well, shit, people are reacting to this and responding to this and gravitating to this. Yeah, what you're saying has real gravity.
But if they want to keep that influence, they have to keep that persona. So that becomes a real thing.
Depends if your persona is built in continuous lies that never happen. If that's your persona, you're still faking. But if at some point, you know what, I lied, fake it till you make it. Now I've made it. So those things I lied about doing, I am now able to do. So now I'm telling the truth. Now I've really become this. Right. That's a progression, though. That's a progression. A lot of people are still lying forever.
So, like, at one point, you can be a faker, but fakers can potentially become makers.
Yeah.
It's like you're lying so good that you believe the lie and everyone else around you now believes it.
Yeah, and now you manifest that reality.
But everyone who looks like they make it probably faking it.
They probably is. Think about all these rappers and shit. They make these videos with their advances and have to pay all that shit back. Yeah. They get a million fucking streams and not getting no money off of any of their music, any of the things that they created.
They get no play.
What, like somebody just said, the rap shit is just marketing. What if your fake online persona is just marketing until you get the real bread and the guapola, which is, the real shit.
I mean, that's what it is. Shit, I'm okay with it.
I mean,
that's the game.
So then it's a fake.
Is it fake?
Are you making it?
If you doing it,
saying
that's your plan, and you like, I executed this, and I worked these steps out, and I said I'm gonna be like, you know what I mean? I'm gonna catfish as whoever, fake Drake.
Yeah.
I think are you asking?
And I'm gonna go out here and get money, and I'm gonna meet Drake, and I'm gonna get an OVO.
If the intent is good or bad,
I'm asking what's fake. What's really real?
I think that
everything is real is what I'm saying.
I think that people are just trying to figure out how to attract what they want.
Yes.
And you have to a lot of time become the thing that is attractive to what you want. So if I appear as a millionaire, people with money will gravitate towards me, putting money in my pocket. You know what I mean? So I feel like people are just trying to figure out how to attract what it is they want instead of just playing this game of cat and mouse. Because there's this thing where if I'm chasing something, it has a natural tendency to run away from me. So I kind of have to find myself. I have to create. I have to become attractive to what I want so it can come my way.
Life is like poker.
Yeah, that's
You got to
true.
play the hand you dealt and bluff your way to victory, man. Like poker, bro.
It does work like that, doesn't it?
Okay. Anybody got anything else? We can end this.
All right, folks. Enjoy this shot clock. Or series of shot clocks.
Ace, what is a scam that has become so normalized that we don't even realize it's a scam anymore? Go.
Bro, motherfucking taxes. How you taxing me on the money I make, on the shit that I buy, on the places that I go? Like, I'm spending money on top and then paying taxes. And then another thing, motherfucking gratuity. Then the tip. What? I'm good, bro. One of them fees gotta go. One of them fees gotta go. And I mean, I don't be seeing that gratuity sometimes, you know what I mean? So, boom. Another thing that I think is a motherfucking scam. Rising rent motherfucking causes. I ain't getting no new extra amenities. I'm not, like, you ain't coming in here giving me no fresh paint. You got me paying a fucking renewal fee, but ain't nothing renewed about this unit, bro. Like, do better. Funeral homes, bro. Funeral homes is a fucking scam because y'all be paying for the experience. You be paying to have a service, but it's not really like a service. Like, you're not helping me do anything. You're just putting my loved one in the box. Thank you for leaving a good memory for sure, but it shouldn't be no $5,000 fucking dollars or more to put them in a box. I'm sorry. And then not only that, you don't even get all your taxes back. You want me to give you this money, say it's for taxes, and then you say I'm gonna see it back. After you do whatever you gotta do, flip it or whatever.
We were just talking about that shit.
And I don't see that shit back. I owe you some more. What?
Whoa.
Yowza.
Hey, if you're the front and I'm behind you, we back.
We back. Let's get it.
And just like Lo
was
said,
kinda-
we are back.
Zesty.
Like, where are you going with
It was kind of zesty.
That was a
I
very
didn't hear the lead
teasy thing you did there.
Right, I was about to say, man. You say I'll make everything gay.
I mean, it's loose. It just comes out zesty sometimes.
Yeah, I guess.
Niggas learn
Somebody-
zesty and never look back.
Maybe you're popular. Were you one of those popular kids in school?
I always say I was only popular because I was black and I went to an all-white school. And I played sports all 4 years, football, basketball. So
People asked to touch your hair? Is that a thing?
Nobody ever did that
Okay.
to me. But I probably did grow my hair out once in high school, but no, nobody ever asked to touch it as far as I can remember.
Is that a thing though? I'm
What
sure
I'm
it's
saying.
because it's like it's a hated thing. So I'm like, is it a thing? Yeah.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, it's just not to me. Even since I grew my hair out now. This one time though, I was doing Lyft a couple years ago, and when this white bitch got out, she fucking grabbed my hair.
I remember you told me that.
She
shit.
like just
She even
grabbed
asked.
it and then
She
she
even
left it and closed the door.
She just she knew you would say no.
White bitch.
She knew you were gonna say no.
Of course, she knew not to do that.
Relax.
Well, come on, boy. Like, come on. We gotta relax.
Yeah,
That's
rude.
wild. That's wild.
Yeah.
That's
What
wild.
the fuck? I would be so like confused.
I want to say it was around like, if I was doing Lyft during the panoramic, no, I don't think I was. I might have been, but I might have been, and it might have been during that time.
No, yes, it
I remember
was.
feeling like it was just wildly inappropriate on so
Exactly.
many levels that
It
she did that.
was. Cause who is you and why is you touching my body, bitch? And why are you doing that as you exit the door? Give me a chance to put
And
some
not
hands
saying
back
that.
on
You
your
just
ass.
close the door and let us leave.
Check it. Look, I like when people touch my hair. Like I really like it, but
I like it too, but I
I
gotta
would hate
invite
it.
you.
Yeah, I would hate it if someone just out of nowhere, like a random person, just did that shit.
And then fucking leave it. And then, bitch, I don't know you. And she's.
Yeah. So that girl obviously violated, but not to be a white sympathizer, but I do be kind of feeling like if I was a white person, I would definitely want to touch a black person's hair.
Like if you've never
And-
touched it.
Yeah, and as a black person, I know that there is no way that you can ask me that. That's cool. for the most part. You just shouldn't do it. Even if I'm cool about it, you just shouldn't do it. But so like, I kind of feel bad for him. Like, damn, I know you be wanting to touch this shit. I know it looks cool. Like, damn, your shit don't do nothing like this. Sorry, kid. So I be feeling bad for that. Again,
bad though.
Not to be a white sympathizer. So, as the Kismcast, what are we talking about, Ace? You were having a conversation with Toby.
We was, and just to kind of keep it short, is it a deal breaker if your partner isn't as clean as you? Or not just isn't as clean as you, they maybe do something like completely different than the way that you normally do it. It don't make no type of sense to you. It's just different. You know what I mean? How much is too much of a compromise on how you feel about certain things?
I think that's a very individual thing. I mean, if you're asking me, it's like, is it any sort of way detrimental to what I'm doing? Am I feeling uncomfortable?
Yes, slightly.
Am I doing the same?
Yes, slightly. In a different way, too.
Then I don't know. It's just like, am I bringing this up to her?
It's definitely been multiple conversations about it. You know what I mean? Like, it's something that y'all talked about, but again, at the same time.
And I really like her, and like I'm not just like in a fling.
Love.
Yeah, then we end this shit. Like, you're just annoying. Like, we talked about this.
Right. I feel it. What about you, TT?
Nah, dog. I don't deal with shit that I don't want to deal with. I mean, but I'm always a person, if I love you or if I fuck with you, I'll deal with some shit. But I've dealt with shit in the past, and I really feel like it was a bad decision on my part. You know what I mean? So, it's find somebody that you really fuck with. Nobody's perfect, obviously. I think we all understand that.
So what if you fuck with them on every level except that one level?
Then cool, yeah, we gonna do this. But it
Yeah,
gotta be something that I'm willing to fuck with. Like, I'm not just about to do it.
It's really just like case
things.
dependent, really.
Yeah, like you gotta. It depends what it is, and it depends who you are. You know what I'm saying? Because like, the rules ain't the same for everybody. Everybody brings different things to the table. So
it kind of sounded like the conversation was specifically about being dirty or not, or dirtier than.
Yes, let's put it like that. Like, you aren't as clean around the house or whatever like that.
If that's the conversation, and they're dirtier or they're cleaner than me.
They're cleaner than you.
They're cleaner than me. That's a quality of life improvement. What am I complaining for?
You're not the one complaining. They are.
Right.
They are? Okay.
That's tough. That's tough.
And I'm just not changing? I don't see why I wouldn't.
I mean, slow progress is still progress. You progressing, but you not progressing at the speed that they feel is comfortable.
Can I jump in?
Okay.
I think I'm a perfect example because I know from having roommates, I always leave cabinets open. I always leave shit out on the table. I really be trying not to. I just do that shit. So for me, I think that would really bug this person because I might really make the effort, but I just can't, dog. Like, I'm gonna try. I'm gonna do a little bit better, but I'm never gonna be good at it. And so if that's a deal breaker for you, it don't work with me. Cause I'm gonna try and I'm gonna give effort, but bruh, I'm just not gonna remember, nigga. I'm just not. I've been trying.
Shit too,
right. So it's like, bruh. Like, actually, I saw something today. I think I tried to stuff it down in the trash can. It didn't stuff, right? Or this thing would have been hanging out. So it was just a tin can that had some leftovers in. I just put it on the counter. And I was like, I didn't take out the garbage. I didn't do anything. I just left it there. And then I just saw it today. I think it had to be there 2 days. You know what I'm saying? So I just know that I do shit like that. And so if that's really you just ain't comfortable just throwing that out for the kid, then all right, cool.
Well, I'm in a reverse situation. So my girl is cleaner than me. I'm not messy, but she's definitely cleaner than me, like OCD clean. And her OCD cleanness made me think about breaking up with her. I was like, I don't know if I can do this. Because her OCD cleanness becomes like the standard for the whole apartment. And I'm not going to live to that standard. Because I'm not messy. You're never going to smell anything. Never going to step in a puddle. You're never going to like none of that type of shit. So I feel like I'm reasonable. You're excessive. But damn near perfect because you're OCD about it. Literally, like, she looks at the countertop and she goes eye level with the countertop to see if there's any crumbs. And if there's a crumb, then me and my brother get, like, a lecture about it. Like, that type of shit, for real. Like, you won't even see it with the naked eye. You really got to put on a different level of vision to see these crumbs.
And that's not an issue with y'all?
It's not an issue in that...
It's really on her, honestly, if she's going to...
No, it's an issue for me. It's not about her. It's about me here. I have the issue.
I feel like she got to come down. So she got to be like, am I going to be willing to accept he's less clean than I am?
That I'm not perfect. Yes.
Yeah.
So for me, even the compromise was, I got to have a room where I can just be me and I don't got to hear shit you have to say about goddamn nothing. So I have a whole room where it's shit sprawled out across the bed. And sometimes I just leave the door open so she can see that shit.
That room is gonna
and then she look at it, she be like, please close that door. It's driving me crazy.
Nuts.
Yeah.
It's gonna drive her nuts.
Drive her crazy.
I
She's
love
gonna,
that
she's gonna
though.
clean it secretly when you're not around.
She tries to. I'm like, don't move my shit. It's right where I wanted it. I left it there for a reason.
She probably
I didn't leave it there for no
She
reason.
probably like vacuums right around, lifts it up real quick, vacuums right under it, puts it back.
I know it's when she moves shit. Don't go in there. That room, I tell her that room don't exist to her. That's my room. It don't exist. You live in a 2-bedroom apartment.
Then why are you opening the door to show her?
So Green, I feel like that's just like an attestament to the fact that it doesn't have to be a deal breaker because you can compromise. But for some people, they can't do that.
No, she's still struggling. We still working.
Yeah, like it's if you love the person, you really fuck with the person, you can work with the person. Like you're not gonna totally just exit out and just be like, no, I can't deal with this. Because especially if there's love there, I'll work it out.
And are you using OCD like literally?
She threw that term out. I don't throw it out.
Okay.
She claimed it, so
like,
I'm gonna throw it out there now.
Because I was just about to say, it's just like I think that it'll work both ways. It's like you're more okay with having a cleaner area around you. Like yes, it's annoying to you right now, but I think eventually she'll give in. Like
No. It applies to lights as well. So her and my brother have beef right now because he'd go in the bathroom, use the bathroom, and then walk to his bedroom. And within like 30 seconds, she goes in there, turns off the light, and like, why are you leaving the lights on? You didn't pay the light bill. Da, da, da. He was like, I was going right back in there. So now she OCD about the lights. So then he got in trouble, and then he came into the living room. He saw all the lights on in the apartment. He was like, what the fuck? Like, why y'all got all these lights on and shit? He's like, why she don't say nothing to you? I'm like, well, I pay for lights. And she can't say shit to me. Trust me, she wants to, but that's her compromise. I pay for lights. So don't say shit to me. But she still does. She still does. Mm-hmm. If I leave the light on, like, in my room that doesn't exist to her, she goes in there and turns off the light. Mm-hmm. So we beef over everything. Lights, cleanliness, all
I
that
should start turning off your lights.
Don't turn off.
Bro, he is the worst with lights.
I leave my lights on for a purpose.
He'll be going for days with lights on. That's a lot. That's a lot. Even I used to go back there and be like, yo, this motherfucker been gone.
Yo,
I gotta turn these lights off.
In our last apartment, the room I gave him had like a nice light in the closet. He's like, yeah, I'm gonna leave this on all the time. I'm never turning this off.
He does. I believe it. I seen it.
I used to leave the bathroom and the closet light on and then close the doors to both. That was my shit.
Why? What's the purpose?
The purpose is meaningful. So if I wake up in the middle of the night, I'm groggy, I'm fucking probably walking with my eyes closed, I need to be able to open the door and not look for the light. The light to the bathroom is on the fucking outside. So I'm like, you get to the toilet, you gotta pee, and you're like, oh, where the light? Now you gotta step out. It's too much. And then the light in the closet was like a little pull thing. You know what I mean? It's middle of the night, I'm doing shit, I'm trying to get in there. I don't need to be looking for that. Just open the door. Boom. Now the shit where I'm leaving my whole bedroom light on and I don't know I'm coming back, my bad. I don't put it past me. But I'm a wasteful nigga, bro. Like I throw money out the window, fam. I'll pay for convenience, dog. I swear, and I don't mind. I I think it's why I ain't got no gray hairs now.
Bro, I got them shits growing on the sides.
Gotta live a more stress-free life, dog.
I love my grays.
So, actually, did you ever answer the question, Green? Which was what once again? How much is too much?
Basically.
Can you deal with the one thing? When do you, if you don't mind me asking,
He
because
did
you
answer.
said
Sure.
you thought about breaking up with her. What made you decide to stick with it? Was it like, I can deal with it?
So right now we're in that let's see if we can compromise phase of it. So this is what our compromise looks like. But I think a lot of times people get to a compromise and it seems like progress, but then you realize this compromise isn't enough. So I think right now we're in the evaluating if this compromise is enough phase. And I think more so for her. I've gotten to where I'm comfortable. Like I have my own space. I will always have my own space. And we've had the conversation of in the common areas, my compromise isn't doing things 100% your way. My compromise is me doing better than I've ever done. So me making sure that the kitchen and everything is clean, even 75% of the time, that's a compromise. Because you want 100. I can work with a range. It could be 0 to 75. For you, I'm going to always hit 75 minimum. It might be 100. We break this down all the time. Like, yo, last 7 days, did you have any complaints? No. So don't complain on Sunday. I'm good. I've been shooting 100%. Like, it can't be your way every day.
Complain about something from months ago either. Like,
Yeah, like bringing up old shit. Like, if I'm shooting 1 out of 7 days bad, like, why are we even complaining? You should just let me have that day.
Right.
So that's the part where we're figuring out, like, yo, can you even let me have that day? Can I not be perfect? If I have to be perfect, this is not going to work.
So one thing, excuse me, one thing that me and Toby was talking about too is that a lot of times we often don't see this part of relationships modeled for us. You know what I'm saying? Like we don't see our parents actually going through trials and shit with their significant others. And that's if your mom, and it's your mom and your dad, or your mom and their significant other, or whatever like that.
Can you remember the point? I don't know if you were getting to a further point. I didn't want to fuck you up, but can you remember this point? I just really want to ask this question. Can everybody in the room say the amount of relationships that you've seen that you truly felt was happy and healthy? Every single one. How many you got? I got a big fat 0.
I was about to say 0. Happy and healthy?
Happy and healthy.
Happy and healthy?
Obviously not. Everybody has problems, but you feel like they are happy and healthy. They deal with their shit. They probably went through real shit in the term that they've been together, but they are happy and healthy.
My thing is, are we putting a time limit on it?
You tell me, dog. I ain't
Because
putting no stipulations on your
my
answer.
best friend was with her partner for almost 10 years. And then they abruptly broke the fuck up. Now, granted, I don't know the ins and outs of their relationship, but I learned a whole lot of shit throughout their relationship. And I'm sure that it served both of them well for that amount of time. I'm sure they had a lot of growing to do and that they grew together. And then once it came time to separate and go their separate ways, that's just what it had to be.
I think you should count that. If you honestly felt like you were close enough to say that you honestly felt your best friend was happy and in a healthy relationship, that's one. Even if it didn't last forever, which is understandable because our relationships don't. I still got 0.
I think I'm at 4. I know 4.
Woo!
I would say
that is the highest I've by far ever
Yeah, I think
heard.
now I'm at 4. If you would have asked me this 5-10 years ago, it would have been 0. I think now I'm at 4.
Tell me more.
Are you
I'm so
still in
interested.
relationships, like,
Are they still? Yeah, I'm trying to think. The 4, and they're all married. They're all married. I think they found that balance of when you said going through ups and downs. I think in these 4 relationships, they understand the concept of like this person isn't going to be perfect, but we've compromised and found a balance to where now we are perfect for each other. Like they really accept where their partner is and who their partner is, even if they still complain and annoyed by it. They accept them for who they are, and they still move as one.
That's keys.
You gave me that. I got 1. I got dead ass 1.
All right, so I'm up to 4.
That's a good one.
A lot of
That's a
them,
good,
some of them
great
are newer
explanation.
ones, but they're like 4.
Yeah, definitely.
Now, I would say I haven't seen anybody close to me argue healthily in a relationship and recover.
Argue healthily and recover? Is that what you meant to say?
Yeah. like fight fair.
Uh,
Fight fair. Like, no matter what we arguing about, I ain't finna call you out your name type shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm not finna disrespect you as a person. I just want to attack this issue because at the end of the day, it's not about if me and you are against each other. We a team. You know what I'm saying? It's about this issue that we have to deal with. But I haven't seen that model. I haven't seen that on TV either. Like, in most of the relationships and the fairy tales and the romance type movies that you see, they don't show the, like, arguing and shit like that. You know what I'm saying?
now you got me wondering if I've ever seen a healthy argument on TV.
And that's why I named the 4. In the 4, I've seen them all argue and be mad at each other. But like Ace said, it's never below the belt shit. It's never shit that you can't come back from. It's, hey, I'm really telling you how I feel in a raw way. And even in the moment when you receive that energy, you're irritated, but their partner usually receives it and they usually recover. Even if things don't change, they recover and get back to a good place fast. Like, it's not a toxic thing. I've seen like 4.
This nigga said
Yeah, 4.
4.
4 is a good
That's
hefty number.
phenomenal. How many y'all got?
0.
That's phenomenal, nigga. I'm happy for you.
You're
bro.
saying
I mean, why you happy for me? I'm not in it.
That's great modeling. Like, you get to see happy and healthy relationships.
you're saying that even if it gets back to the same issue again, it's not toxic?
No, because so when we go back to modeling relationships, having a conversation once in a relationship usually doesn't solve the problem.
If it's a real problem.
If it's a real problem, it doesn't solve the problem. Sometimes that first argument is creating awareness. Then the argument, the second time is like, hey, I'm still aware of this. And then the third argument is like, well, are we going to do something about this? And then the fourth one is like, well, what are you going to do? Then the fifth one is like, well, you said you were going to do this and you didn't do it. So arguments and relationships on a lot of issues are a progression. But I've never seen them, whatever their concern was in these 4 relationships, I've never seen their concern go unheard. And when you watch a relationship model where like, oh shit, even though I thought that was annoying and he thought that was annoying, he still heard it and he's still gonna respond. Even if it's gonna be slowly and at his own pace and in his own way, he still plans on, in his relationship, for the sake of his relationship, responding to the concern. So that's where when you say healthy, I'm like, nah, I've seen a couple, 4 relationships like that, where either partner, male or female, even if it takes a while, they respond.
Hey, can we get a shout out to them? Because somebody hit the applause. I didn't want to hit the wrong one. Shout out to them, bro. Whoever they are. I'm gonna tell you where this part is in the pod so they can listen, because they deserve it, man. Whoever they are. How many you got, Los?
I like 2, maybe 3.
2, maybe 3?
Yeah.
Damn, 1 and 2.
Man,
Most people say 1 or 2. Most people say 0, but a couple of people say 1 or 2.
I can't
a
say I've
grandma or something.
seen that many, for real. Not intimately enough. But I definitely try to learn from the relationships that I be in to make it so that if I'm the subject of this conversation right here, I'm on the side where I'm more accepting and I understand that, we 2 different people. Like, I want to know you and love you for who you are today and who you're going to be tomorrow, because that person is going to change. Who you're going to be 6 months from now, because that person is going to be a different person. Who you're going to be a year from now. And I say that with the sentiment that I want the same in return, because I'm going to be constantly changing. I'm constantly evolving. I'm not always going to be the same person that I am today.
I agree. And I think one thing that I've learned, like if I had advice to give people in their 20s about relationships, the thing that I've learned is the most important aspect of relationships is like being a real friend to your partner and like wanting to be their real friend. Like you have to like actually respect them as a friend, because you just won't do, unless you're a grimy nigga, but if you're a good person, you just won't do certain shit to a friend and you actually respect this person and like this person.
Right.
That's like the most important component. If you don't got that, like you don't actually like enjoy this person, you know what I'm saying? That's where all those other issues come in. And you just like doing it for, I don't know, a cook or a person that'll clean for you or fuck you or companionship. You know what I mean? Like you got to actually just like this person and not want a person.
Right.
Okay. I know this is kind of short, but we actually about to run a little low on battery. Did anybody else have anything?
I love you guys.
We'll be back. What is a scam that has become so normalized that we don't even realize it's a scam anymore?
First thing that came to my mind is credit as like a thing that has to be established. Like, I don't feel like you should have to need credit. If you have the cash for it, if you worked hard, drop that shit, dude.
All right, you good citizens, check this out. As good citizens, it's illegal to not have insurance. If you're in an accident and you're at fault, that you're paying your deductible. So what's the point of paying all the time if you're gonna pay the deductible anyways? And then on top of that, if it's your fault, your premiums go up. And then even if it's not your fault, I think it's legitimately impossible. Like, you could be rear-ended, and it's impossible to say that you're not any at fault. Like, you're still like 10% at fault in the insurance world.
I would say immigration filing fees and all the taxes that go along with that. In order for me to like go to school, get my license, things like that, I have to file for specific like residencies. It costs about $500 to $600 just to start filing, and then you have to pay a biometrics fee that could be either $200 or $300. These things have to be renewed every 2 to 3 years, so you continuously have to pay this in order to be straight. Even getting your green card, stuff like that, the filing and the fees for that is crazy, and especially for me to be living in this country and for me to only know America is home, and then to just have your life literally, you have to pay to live here. And I just feel like it's crazy. It's out of hand.
Right? And I know that I'm taking all of these lessons in and trying to use them and apply them for this relationship that I'm currently in. I know this, but this person don't know all the work and how I got to these lessons and why I carry myself this type of way. This person don't know, like, so one thing that me and Forever have, right? She's very independent. She was like her parents like only child for a good little minute, you know what I mean? And I be opening the doors for her, but she be running to get the doors like before me. You know what I'm saying? And I'll be like, bruh, but that's something that we had to like kind of grow and learn about each other. Like, she had to learn how gentlewomanly I am, and she had to be able to accept that part of me. And now, she know to wait by the door when, you know what I mean?
Word that different, nigga. Damn. That sounded very pimpish. But is that, if she would not have been able to adjust, would that have been like a deal breaker for you? Because I feel like that could be, to your question, like a small thing that is actually like, all right, can I really deal with this type thing?
I think, for me, no. For me, no, that wouldn't have been a deal breaker. I feel like I always understand that who you are today is not your total person. You know what I'm saying? So I can pretty much accept anything, long as you're not hitting on me, abusing me, making me feel like emotionally challenged or inferior. Yeah, like, I'm good. I can deal with all the other shit because that's temporary shit. That's behavior adjustments that we, we'll grow and get together once we get on the groove of our own.
I hear you. We back. So I thought this was gonna be a episode about like scamming and shit, but somehow it's got on the relationships heavy.
Relationships can be a scam.
That ass is for Jesus.
Speaking of, that's what I was gonna say the first time we went to break. This nigga scammed the fuck out of me. and we was just friends. This is somebody who I thought I knew like 10 years or whatever like that, 10 plus years. And he was like, man, my mama on her deathbed and, you know, I'm behind on my rent at this place and they gonna kick me out and blah, 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 all this sob story. And I didn't even give a fuck because, you know, we was good friends. Oh, and he used to always be like, oh, yeah, this my best friend, Ace, and this my da-da-da-da-da. Right? Now, I never called him my best friend because we know what it is. But I let this nigga live with me. And I feel blindsided because
I'm such a terrible friend because I know exactly who and what you talking about. And what that nigga did was crazy, bruh. Did he shit in the oven?
no, he pissed in the oven.
Pissed in the oven, okay.
Oh my god.
I'm starting to laugh.
That
I'm such a
escalated
bad
quickly,
friend,
right?
Because I always laugh
Not
at shit,
good.
bruh.
But
So-
even that is horrible. And turn it on.
No, I didn't find it until I
You
turned
bad.
it on.
You wild. You got an evil mind.
So, yeah, like
He scammed you though? Who thinks
I
of
feel
that?
like it was a scam because you used our fucking friendship to live off of me rent free. You stole shit from me and then you dipped out acting like you left in good terms. But then I come to find shit like AC line cut, piss in the oven. You stole my computer.
What?
But you my friend of 10 years though. And you don't see why, like my apartment at this time, I was staying in a 1-bedroom apartment. I just wanted us to move in a 2-bedroom so you could get the fuck off my sofa, right?
That was a one fucking bedroom.
It was only $600 a month. And you a whole grown ass man with 2 fucking working legs. Is no reason why I should be set the fuck back in my shit.
Yeah, because you in my space at that point. That's too much.
And all I wanted was for you to start working so that we can both be on the lease together.
Is that your worst scam in your life story?
Yeah.
Yeah.
How long was it?
He was at my house for probably like 3 months. And he knew to stay just long enough so that I couldn't like force him out. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't carrying at the time, so he wasn't scared, you know what I mean? Thankfully I wasn't because I would be under the jail right now.
He definitely would have stole your gun.
Oh no, he would have got caught one first.
Child.
So, Teezy, is that a real friend or a fake friend?
That guy?
Is he real or fake? Is he real or fake?
I don't know the situation.
Fake as fuck.
You just said you knew that nigga.
I did, and from the outside looking in, he seemed fake as fuck. But I don't know that nigga's situation. Maybe, you know what I'm saying, he had some shit going on where his mom needed a new kidney. He found one on the black market. He needed some fast cash. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, so I have a question for you.
I don't know.
Maybe he likes
Did y'all, like, when the person left, so it wasn't on bad terms, you just all of a sudden saw this crazy stuff? Like, or
No,
was there
so-
any type of hostility? How was it?
So the first night when I told him that he gotta go, I had our good friend try to do an intervention between us. So we can kind of talk it out. Like, bro, I'm giving you chance after chance. Like, you gotta come up with something. Right?
You went for an intervention? This was after he did all of that?
No.
Okay.
This was before. And then the next day I'm at work. I come home early and I can't get in my own apartment because like the top door locked or whatever. And come to find out he fucking this nigga in my shit.
What?
Right. Where you fucking him at? Because this a 1-bedroom apartment. I know you not fucking him on my sofa.
What the fuck?
Right. So I'm going off about this, and it was this little fake ass security guard over here. And, you know, I'm like, yo, tell him to come get the fuck up out of here. And he was like, yeah, you know, tell the police that this and that, you know, and we're gonna get him out here. I'm cool with such and such. And they couldn't really get him out. But eventually, he called his friends, telling them whatever story about me, and somebody else came and got him. And I'm like, well, why you couldn't do that on the day that all of this escalated to that point?
Right.
And he chose to leave. Like, I was so stressed out that I just needed to get out the house. I went out with a homegirl. By the time I came back, he sent me this text. Hey, I just want to thank you for allowing me to stay here. I'm sorry that it didn't work out. We was friends, and I, hope we one day be friends again, and blah, 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 blah. All this shit. Get home. I'm like, okay, it's kind of clean in here, whatever like that. A couple days later, I'm trying to cook something in the oven. I'm like, why the fuck this shit smell pissy?
Oh, my God.
And it's piss, like, human fucking piss.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it's hot in my apartment. Like, I'm like, yo, they got to come fix this AC, get maintenance out here. He like, yo, someone cut your AC line.
Oh, my gosh.
This same nigga bust my tire. Bust my tire. And the neighbors like see him like, oh, he ain't doing nothing crazy. I seen the knife in the living room. It took everything in me not to stab this man with this knife.
Oh my God.
Cause I had to replace that tire. And I kept the shit for proof just in case I sue him, but he got the fuck on and I ain't never heard from him again. Damn. And he's so fucking lucky.
Yeah, he was definitely using you. Like, that was not a real friendship at all.
He really wanted to trap you in a pissy house. See, he pissed in the oven. He cut the AC so that it would get hot in the house. So that you would smell it. And then he blew the tires out so you couldn't get away.
That's
fucked up, man.
The grand scheme.
That shit crazy.
Yeah, that was crazy. That's crazy.
Wow.
But that's always why I tell y'all, man, Ace got the biggest heart. Cause she be putting up with shit, and I be like, cause y'all was arguing before that too, man. I'm like, no.
For like the whole
dealing
first
with
month.
this, like, yeah, this nigga ain't even
after it been like a month or something, like it start like at first, you cleaning and shit, you trying to help keep the house clean, you putting food in the house, but then that first month passed, you ain't doing shit. Yeah. You ain't trying to do nothing, and we now struggling because I got this grown ass man in here that I'm helping to take care of. You ain't my child. You ain't no nigga to me. Like, you're nothing but a friend, supposedly. But
see, I don't let my friends stay with me. I tell them to sleep in their cars. Fuck that shit. That's a mobile home right there.
Mobile
home.
Nothing is free though. That's just too much.
Right.
I learned that as well.
You know what's crazy? I feel like ever since that happened, that's been like the set, just bullshit out the bullshit with this apartment. Ever since I let that nigga stay with me, bullshit out the bullshit.
When you told that story, I actually had a moment like, oh shit, that was the same apartment complex, just a different apartment. But jeez, man, life, dog. And you might have me beat for the biggest scam. My shit, which I'm still embarrassed by, but I'll share it. I'll share it in a vulnerable moment. I was at Georgia State, so this was somewhere between 2010 and 2013. I don't know how old I was, but I was walking wherever I was walking, and this dude was just sitting outside this Chick-fil-A, which is right across from an ATM. And so he's walking, he couldn't have been more than 19. And he looks at me and he's like, yo, I got this check for whatever. Let's say 1,500, whatever the fuck it was. He said, if you deposit it in your account and give me 200, you can keep the rest of it. Knew it was bullshit that instant, but I'm like, man, I need some money right now, bro. I'm going for it. I did that shit. I gave him that bread. Like, not even a day passed, and I got a call. I was putting the gas in my car. I remember where I was. And the bank called me like, yo, you did something with a fraudulent check. You owe this, and that. They closed the whole account. Yada, yada, yada. And I remember I knew it was stupid before that even happened. I went and opened a newer bank account at Wells Fargo. That's how I ended up at Wells Fargo, because he fucked up my Bank of America. I was like, damn, this
I
is the
got
dumbest
caught
shit
in
I
a
ever
scam
did.
like that too.
You should have known.
I was so stupid. And I looked at him like he just sitting across. And I remember he was like a 17-year-old, pimply faced, missing teeth, brace face, ugly motherfucker.
How much was the check for?
I don't remember.
Oh.
I ain't get but a gas fill up out of it.
This one nigga, he
Fucking idiot.
he was an author. He had books in his car and everything, right? Got me like that. We was trying to, I guess, should we be saying this on the pod?
I mean, I don't give a fuck. I did my dumb shit. It's whatever now.
Well,
That
he
like
was
10 years
telling me
ago.
to like cash it at like Kroger's and Publix and try different shits like that. The shit didn't go through, so I ended up going to the fucking bank. The shit went through, and they was like, you can only get such and such amount out of it. And so I gave him like, I say 80% of it or whatever like that. He was supposed to be, I don't remember what the split was supposed to be, but I gave him like 80%, which was supposed to be like his whole cut or some shit like that. And I got me a little bit out, same thing as you. And then they turned around and fucking closed my shit. But they closed my shit probably like a month or two later. Like,
Yeah.
Damn.
My shit was definitely, if not that same day, the next day. I want to say within 24 hours. Yeah, man. I was like, bro, this is so stupid. Why did I do that shit? That was the dumbest thing, like by far, the dumbest thing I've ever knowingly did in my life. By far the dumbest thing, bro. Like, why? 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 All right.
My shit is one day I actually applied to go to school, and it went. No, I'm kidding.
Okay, there.
Nah, I was actually on my way to school. This was like on my way to like, no, I don't remember, some dental assisting program probably. And I was waiting at the bus stop. And it's not like I haven't seen this before, but like, you know those guys who do the little card shuffle thing?
Yeah.
I was up $40. Let me tell you, I started from nothing. I was up $40. And I was just like not working, just going to school. I was like, fuck it, I could use some money. Got me in, wrote me in. He's like, yeah, look, you can play the first one for free. If you win, you can win the money. I'm like, all right, bet. Won the first one. Doubled up next game. Doubled up next game. Doubled up.
Hit you with the classic 3-card shuffle hustle?
Yeah.
Wow.
And I'm like, yo.
He let you go 3 times with a win?
Yeah, and so I was just like, he's like, look, you can double it one more time. And I'm like, yo, I ain't got that money if I don't got it. He's like, I see you got that ring on your hand. And it was like a ring that was given to me from like my grandparents when I was like a kid.
oh no,
And so
Please tell me this happened in New York.
nah,
This is made this story perfect.
this is in Marietta, like the bus stop. Man,
the suburbs.
no, it was not the suburbs.
Marietta ain't the hood though.
You ain't been there.
So wait, the last round, did he like speed it up or he like really?
I did not. I can't.
To this day, you don't know what
I still
happened.
think about it, and like it just wasn't there. When I was like, I saw it every time. He didn't do anything different this time. I didn't see it this time, and then he's like, and my ring was already off my finger. It was like already put on something to bet on, and he's like, as soon as he won, he didn't even give me no chance to win it back. He just like grabbed it and dipped.
That's crazy. Off your finger?
No, it was like it was already off my finger at the
Oh.
time.
That's crazy.
Damn.
That is crazy. That's like a story from the 1920s.
I feel like an idiot because
grandfather's ring, you said though?
no, it was gifted from my grandparents.
Oh, okay.
Like it wasn't theirs or anything. They bought it for me and things like that.
Hot damn.
Well, my scam was on good old Craigslist. And I'm so embarrassed to say this because I've never told anyone this story. Oh, my gosh. So I was working as a bottle girl in like 2016, 17. And the club that I was working at was about to close down. And my sister told me there's like ads on Craigslist for like different things. It could be like a dancer, bottle girl, different stuff. And bottle girl, I was making a lot of money. Like I was making bank. And those girls are making way more money now because bottles are way more expensive. But anyways, there was an ad and it said all I had to do was put down $150. And they was selling like an outfit and all this different stuff, like outfit, shoes, and like three outfits. So I sent them my sizes, and they told me to send the money on MoneyGram. And I should have known because MoneyGram, like you can't get your money back. Like if I went to Walmart, like I could get my money back. But no, I went to MoneyGram and I gave them $150. And then I waited. I gave them my address and everything, waited for them to send me my stuff, and nothing ever came in the mail. And then I went to an address that I was supposed to be like meeting someone for an interview, and it was like an empty warehouse. So
I'm glad they ain't trying to sex traffic.
I know, and that's the thing. That's what I thought about. As I'm like, what the fuck was you thinking about? Bottle girl, Craigslist, they could have snatched me up.
Damn.
Yeah. I've never told anyone that story.
It's hard being
That could have
a
went a
woman
lot of
out here.
ways. That could have went a lot of ways.
Yeah, it could have been really bad.
Are you willing to share, Grizo?
Bro, I didn't get scammed. Bro, you know
Oh
me
my
since I was
gosh,
saying.
is that
I
cool?
don't like people, and I got expectations when it comes to people. Fuck that shit. The closest story was like, and I didn't even get scammed. Target got scammed. I was working as a cashier. Nigga hit me with that little hustle where like you give him their change back, and he started talking, and then he look at his change like, oh shit, you only gave me 5. Like say I was supposed to give him 25. He'd be like, oh, you only gave me 5. And the first time I was sure I gave the motherfucker the 25, but I gave him the 20 anyway. I see this nigga again. I remember his face. So I specifically look at the money when I take out the register to count each bill. Like, nah, here go his exact change. And I gave him his money back. And then I turned away from him. And then 30 seconds, not even 30 seconds, maybe like 10 seconds later, he said, oh, man, yo, you shorted me, man. You said the change was what again? 25? Yeah, no, you only gave me 5. I said, nah.
Not again.
Not again. Nope, you ain't about to flick the light. Target, you flick the light. Yo. They came over there though, but nobody could prove the shit. So I had to give him the 20 again. I feel like he got me twice. Had to give him the 20 again, but I'm like, I'm fucking sure this time I didn't fuck up. I didn't fuck up the first time. That was like my only scam story, but I remember his fucking face. I'm like, nah, this nigga on some bullshit.
I got another scam story.
Dang, you got the run back.
Yeah, that's terrible.
That's what I said too. Now I caught him, so I felt like, yeah, I got this motherfucker. Da, 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 da. Still had to give it to him.
Damn.
But that's Target money. That ain't my money.
Right.
So
One time I was working on the ice cream truck, and this nigga came up, was like, yo, can I get change? And gave me a $50 bill. I'm like, yeah, for sure, man, no worries. He's like, I appreciate it. It's hot out here. I'm trying to get some shit, whatever like that. They ain't got no change. I'm like, all right, for sure. I take that shit back. I don't look at it or nothing for real. I take that shit back. The shit smaller than all the other dollar bills.
I was about to say, who even got 50s nowadays, bro?
He got my ass.
They don't even
I
give
damn
out
sure
50s
kept
like that.
gave them folks that ice cream money and told them like, hey, that's what they gave me. Like,
Nah, I see 50s all the time, but you gotta look at it like for even if you hold it up, feel it like the
I ain't
thickness
do
couldn't
none
have
of
been.
that. I ain't look at it. And I was just like, yeah, bro, yeah, I got you, bro. And I got these things in the truck too, you know what I'm saying? I got this, I got a little bit of that, you know, what you need.
That we don't need to say on the pod.
I'm just saying. I ain't say what this and that was.
That's what ice cream, right?
You know? Mr. Ice Cream Man.
I was about to ask a question, but now I forgot. Y'all want to talk about any of these honorable mentions? Only one I really care about is the elephants.
Save the elephants.
Nah, the elephants got their own shit. They don't need to be saved. We need to fucking save ourselves from the elephant. So I don't know if you guys heard this story,
She
but
definitely did something.
I heard the alleged story, but I'm gonna give y'all the facts first. So there was a lady that was killed by an elephant, and sometime later the family had a funeral for said lady that was killed by an elephant. And the same exact elephant that killed this lady ran through the fucking funeral and trampled this lady in front of the family. And first of all, Okay, now those are the facts. Now here's what I heard, and this is what I think it really happened.
No, that's true.
I think it's really true, bro. They saying that the lady
Set true.
helped poachers kill the elephant's kid, and the elephant remembered that bitch. And as soon as she saw her, she ran up on her and killed her. And then she like recognized some shit from the funeral and like smelled her or something, or the family came back and got her again.
She tried
Get
to
it
start
back in blood, son.
And I believe
she
that
tried to start a gang war. It failed, and they had to prove a point so that way it don't happen again.
if it's a gang war, the gang fucking war is over. I think.
Yeah, exactly. Because they show like, you know, this shit ain't sweet. We're gonna kill you, and we're gonna kill your body in front of your family.
I believe it because elephants don't like forget anything. Like there's a whole phrase like memory like an elephant.
Yeah.
They remember things, so that's very plausible.
And they're very emotional. They get sad and they get mad as fuck.
And their connections with their family are really deep. Like
I heard that elephants have funerals as well.
Yeah,
they probably
heard that too. They mourn and everything. You know, they really do.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because I don't think elephant graveyard is a thing, but the phrase is like they typically go to places where other elephants have died.
when they're about to die.
Huh.
Actually, did I see that somewhere recently?
I used to watch hella Discovery Channel.
So elephants like go somewhere to die, like they know when it's their time.
Mm-hmm. Or when they're like at the end.
Cats do that shit too.
Really?
Yeah.
Cats be acting weird when they die, when they're about to die.
I thought the whole thing with animals though is like, maybe not all, but most of them, especially cats, don't have a sense of their mortality.
Fuck told you that lie.
Or their Like
animals smart as shit.
Like
dude.
they know they
Like,
can
some
like
people believe
get
that.
killed, but like they know when it's time to go. So I'm gonna just like
if they're dying from like
Head on
age or like disease, they know. But a cat doesn't think about if I'm gonna get hit by a car today.
Right. I feel like dogs do that too. Like I've seen them like a dog would be so depressed or whatever that they don't want to hurt their owner, their human, that they go away, run away, because they know that they about to die. I've seen that shit in movies and shit. Marley and me.
Mm-hmm. I can believe it. Yeah. That's all I got, man. What else y'all care about? I wrote a lot of shit on this board, but I really hate every fucking thing.
Beyonce dropping, and it's not on. I said the 29th, but it's actually the 6th
Of July?
of July.
No way, Jose.
Yeah, I went on her on her page, and it's in her bio.
No, I could have swore it was the 29th as well. All right, well, shout out to that. Drake dropped this week. Warriors won the ship. Gang, gang. I called it. Migos broke up. I actually kind of hate that. Nobody seemed to care about that but me.
I mean, one of three left,
I don't
right?
know.
Nigga, that's the same thing. They broke up.
Okay.
I hear that, but this is not the first time this has been a thing, and not the first time they've unfollowed each other. But the fact that they did release music together without him is kind of like sticking it to the man. But I just refuse to believe it.
That always happens when your man become a family man, bruh. That's how it always goes. He's the first one to disappear.
He's off the side with the whole fam, but
You know what? I hope that's what it is. Because I definitely just assumed it was some, like, breakup internal beef shit. But I really hope that nigga just decided to be a family.
Them niggas are all actually family.
yeah.
So what the fuck? I can't. I mean, I guess you
I'm
could.
about to say, that's
but
why beef happens. Like,
I guess.
niggas stop talking to their cousins and uncles all the time.
That's true.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh.
And then it don't even got to be beef between them. Like, they moms can have some, like, murder beef. Not murder beef, but, you know, some deep-seated shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, about they dad or something. And now it's causing problems between us. We got to choose.
I thought they were all raised by the grandma.
I don't know.
I know.
I'm
what you're
just
saying.
throwing shit out
I'm just
there.
saying they specific case. I didn't want to say their moms were dead because I don't know, but definitely thought they were raised by their grandmother.
The
together.
point is, the Migos are broken up, and I don't feel like anyone cares but me. Fucking Quavo and the other nigga putting out music without him.
My thing is this.
Uncle
Takeoff has always been like the Michelle of the group.
Okay.
So like Quavo and Offset has been like Beyonce and Kelly.
And so think if Kelly left.
Kelly can go out and be successful and have her own little family and disappear from the music scene for a while, come back out when she ready. Same as Offset.
I don't like it.
In my headspace, if Kelly left, Michelle and Beyonce would just not really be it for me. I'd be like, well, Beyonce, just go by yourself, girl. What's the point?
I mean, obviously,
So,
if Kelly left, I mean, of course, we all just doing
I'm saying
individual
same
projects.
for like Quavo, because to me, Quavo's Kelly. I mean,
Huh?
no, Quavo's Beyonce, and then Takeoff would be Kelly. So
Takeoff would be Kelly?
Offset.
Nah, I'd give Offset Kelly
Offset's Kelly.
in this analogy.
I've heard a lot of
Yeah.
people say Takeoff is their favorite rapper. Like they say Takeoff is hella underrated. I
Yeah,
feel like it's
Takeoff
disrespectful
is-
to call him Michelle. I'm gonna be
Takeoff
honest.
is really good to me.
Yeah, I'm gonna be honest. Can't call him Michelle.
I disagree, but I'm saying this whole thing. I really like the Migos, so I think they
Yeah.
are like dope. I'm not gonna say like the best rappers, but
Yeah.
of the three, in my opinion, Takeoff is the Michelle, bro. You know what I mean? Like Takeoff is Michelle.
I mean, but he's better than Michelle. I just feel that's not a good
Okay, we
comparison.
could give him.
But
I mean, I know what you're saying.
We could give him
really
Latoya
think about
then.
what we talking about.
We
Yeah.
can give him Latoya, but they wasn't a 3-person group
Latoya?
then. Latoya Luckett done had some success of her own. She done did movies and shit. You know what I mean?
That boy's gotta get a project to try, man. Unkin Few, man. Unkin Few in stores now. I don't know if that's true, but
You know the ill thing though, it's probably gonna slap because the thing I always say about Migos albums is them niggas do 3 verses on every song and it's always too long. And now they only gonna have 2 and maybe do something fancy for the 3rd. This shit might actually slap. Like
Well, listen to that shit on the way home, man. Fuck y'all talking about.
it dropped
I don't know.
a whole project. I know they put out a song,
Yeah, they put out
which
a
was
song.
whatever, but yeah. What else we got? Happy Juneteenth to
I'm
niggas.
about to say we can't not say that.
Happy Father's Day to niggas.
Yo, they lied to me. I thought I had off from work today, but Frito was off.
My old job used to give us off, so kind of hating that I didn't get it off today, but it's all good.
These niggas bought us fried chicken today, though. I don't
Oh
know if
my
I
God.
should feel
You
the
work
type
for a
of
white
way.
corporation?
I mean,
Nah, that ain't cool.
Mhm.
That's like having a watermelon contest, watermelon eating contest. Why they do that? That ain't black. That ain't got shit to do with the emancipation, bro. I don't like that. I don't like that.
I don't think that they was even celebrating Juneteenth. I think that they was just
Just a
wasting
coincidence.
money, and they just bought chicken because that was the easiest thing to get for everybody at the moment.
Or
I feel like that's too coincidental.
Possibly. Covert and overt racism. I don't know.
Yeah.
I can't question shit up there.
Microaggressions, but you ate that good chicken, though, I'm sure.
I damn
'Cause
sure
I
did.
sure would.
It was alright.
Can't be too
Right.
suspicious.
anybody got a black culture question for Juneteenth Los?
What? Oh, I guess I'll take it.
Just for Juneteenth?
Why you didn't tell us to be ready, Teasy?
Well, actually, I forgot until Lowe's walked in and said, "Ain't this the Juneteenth episode?" I'm like, "Oh, you want black culture questions?" Wasn't nobody thinking about that. So I actually had a Juneteenth quiz today. I don't know if I told y'all, but my job did the Juneteenth quiz. I came in second place.
Okay, Teasy.
These 2 black people tied for first. So they did 10 questions and they got 8, I got 7. I got shafted on the 1. So what's the question? The emancipation happened in 1863. How long did it take slaves to learn that they were free? I even give you multiple choice. Is it A, 5 years, B, 6 months, C, 2 years, or D, 1 year?
It was definitely 5.
I'm sorry?
5.
5 years?
Yeah, it was either 5 or 2. I remember it took a while because no one had a great way of spreading the news, and then I think it was very, very delayed in the South. So I want to say 5.
Anybody else?
I'm
I'ma
gonna go with
say
2.
2.
I'm gonna go with
Twos.
2.
Twos.
I mean,
The correct answer is 2.
yeah.
And actually, the lady who campaigned to get Juneteenth as a national holiday, she's like 80 something. She walks 2.5 miles every year to commemorate the 2.5 years it took for people to learn.
Oh, that's nice.
I wish I knew her name. It's like Ida Wells or
Yeah.
something.
I mean, Harry had been back and forth. I figured within 2 years, somebody from the north walked down there and said, "Hey, don't y'all niggas know y'all free?"
I can imagine that.
What y'all doing?
So let me run this question by y'all because this is one of the ones I got wrong and I ain't like it. He asked that it was a true or false. The Second Amendment helped free slaves. Helped slaves that had been freed, I think was the wording. The Second Amendment helped slaves that had been freed. Anybody's true or false?
What the hell's the Second Amendment?
Right, I don't know.
The right to bear arms.
Yes, it is.
Oh.
And is the question
The
did that
question
help
is,
slaves
it
or
helped.
not?
The answer is yeah, it helped.
It helped
and
slaves?
I said that shit was false. And they said yes. The reasoning behind the black dude who wrote these 10 questions was that the fact that slaves were legally able to bear arms, they could fight back when people tried to capture them. Let me know how that sounded to y'all.
But
No.
that the slaves were able to, but they weren't gonna give that to black people, right, at the time.
Right.
They didn't
mean,
honor that shit.
Constitutionally, that's
Where
the
you
law.
getting
But
guns
then even
from?
the way he worded it,
How these
it's
niggas
like-
reading the law if they
No,
haven't
no.
been able
you're
to
still
read?
making it like possibly okay to go out
Can't
and
even
catch them.
read. That's
I'm pretty sure there's some
true.
stipulation in.
And I
These
like
niggas
that
don't even know that they've been free.
No.
And you talking about a Second Amendment that these niggas don't even know exists?
He's like, hey, you guys gotta arm yourselves. 'Cause there's a few of my kind that are out here still capturing you guys, and I can't do
Definitely
anything
got
about
shafted
them.
on
Before Green
You
Googled
said
this.
false?
Yeah, I said it was false. I got it wrong. It was true. It helped them. I'm going to say, if this is any truth to this, this is where black cowboys came from. That's going to be my only way that this is true. Because everybody said that cowboys were really black dudes. And that's the only way I'm going to believe it. Like, they was just riding around shooting niggas that was trying to, like, take their freedom.
Well, you know, Native Americans
Bandits.
were Africans too. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Shit word for word.
these was Africans out here, so we was communicating with them, and I don't think that like anybody could have been a cowboy per se, but we've been in tune with animals for the longest, so we probably was already riding. Y'all already started moving us out west and shit, and I'm talking about all indigenous people, not just like Native Americans or whatever like that. And two, we have always possessed a certain type of knowledge, so we learn how to make weapons and all of that shit. So it ain't like we've been powerless this whole 400 fucking years. It's been plenty of Nat Turners out there. You know what I'm saying? They might not have had a glorious ending with their life story or whatever like that, but it's plenty of folks who've been out here on some fight back type of shit. So I believe that that's always existed.
Okay. Anybody else got? I got more Juneteenth questions. What was another one? Does anybody know the year that Juneteenth became an official holiday? I can throw out options.
Mm-hmm.
A, 2019. B.
Well, hold on. I guess I did want to comment on the previous thing.
Oh, go ahead.
If it is true that it did help out African Americans, the right to bear arms, then that's just the American propaganda, and I'm not gonna believe it.
I wouldn't believe that shit anyway.
Because weren't they viewed as property and not people?
But that's the point. Like,
And
once you're free, you can defend
3/5
yourself
of a
now.
person, if that.
So wait, once I'm free or once I escape from my plantation? What are we talking about?
After the emancipation.
Yeah.
That's the whole point. The Second
Oh,
Amendment
after the
helped
emancipation.
freed slaves.
Helped freed slaves. Okay.
The ones that
After
were
the
already
emancipation, though.
That's why I had to reword it. The slaves that were already that had been freed.
Yeah, niggas ain't had to apply for a license back then, huh? To
I
get it
guess
done.
not. Everybody can just do it.
For sure.
But
That's how that Tulsa shit went down. Them niggas was busting.
I didn't want to have this conversation at my
That makes
job,
sense.
but I really wanted to be like, but wasn't the police formed to catch slaves and they had guns? So how do this really work? Like,
Yeah.
I don't think that it would really work in their favor when there's like a whole committee already of people that catch these niggas. But what else? You know, it was mixed company. So anyways, the year it became an official, holiday, 2019. 1985. 1979. 2021.
It's 2019, right?
I said 85.
21.
I don't know.
Because when it came a what? Like a federal holiday?
An official
right?
holiday, yes.
I'm going to go with 2021.
21.
19.
I'm gonna say 85.
85.
Might have been 79 though.
Nah, I think it was recent.
What's yours?
2019.
Final answer, Ace.
85.
85. The answer is 21.
Dang.
It's last year.
Yeah.
Wow.
Official or
Official.
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 it's beneficial?
No. Not federally recognized. That's
That's
why niggas
different.
getting from work, and that's why niggas is trying to commercialize it and all that. It just became official.
And does anyone want to guess what state was the first one to make it considered a holiday?
Georgia.
Is it A, Georgia, B, Mississippi, C, Texas, or D, Louisiana?
Off the top, I was going to go Louisiana. I was thinking Mississippi, not seriously, just because Mississippi would never do that shit. But
I really think it's Georgia.
I'm going to fuck with Louisiana on
I'm
that.
gonna say Louisiana.
Louisiana.
Baton Rouge.
Louisiana.
I was thinking Alabama, child.
I
You
just
ain't
fuck
even
with
say what I was
Louisiana.
thinking.
You said
Georgia.
Georgia.
I guess Louisiana.
The answer is
Louisiana.
Texas.
What? Why would you?
I couldn't believe it either.
What?
I couldn't believe it.
What?
I couldn't believe it. All right. Anybody got any positives, and then we can get out of here. My positive is that motherfucking Abbott Elementary is coming back September 21st. I want to say it is. Whole lot of gang shit. Shout out to all them people.
Hey, that's what's up. Queen Latifah got renewed for the Equalizer for I think 2 more seasons.
Woo!
Shout out to
Is
Queen.
that? I'm gonna say that's positive because it's Queen Latifah.
Mm-hmm.
But that show sucks.
First off, flex.
I never watched it. I'm just talking shit.
Yeah.
It seems like it's not good. But is it a good show?
It's a good show. It's a really good show.
My positive is Beyonce dropping. Ooh,
Ooh,
Oh yeah, it's called Renaissance.
Beehive.
yeah.
It's
Okay.
allegedly,
Yeah.
it's allegedly a lot of like really great contemporary female artists on there. Nicki Minaj, Rihanna, people like that.
Yeah, I'm excited.
And it's part 1, so there's apparently gonna be a
Yeah.
series. That's the part I
Act
actually
one,
really do like,
Renaissance.
because I feel like she's a real artist, and so she's gonna give us,
Yeah,
a real
a whole piece of
project amongst the projects.
Mm-hmm.
I like that.
Warriors as champions.
I'm sorry.
work.
Warriors champions.
Warriors is champions. Shout out to that. Anybody else? Stay black, stay strong. Remember, they can't bring you down unless they below you. Loyalty before royalty. The real respond. Pimps up, hoes down. You know where the heck you want to be. Deuces.
Fuck.
Toodles. Friends. Family. Thank you all for watching. Like, comment, subscribe.
Oh yeah, do all that.
Don't forget to hit us up in the DMs, even if it's just to say hello.
In the DMs.
Everything is a pyramid scheme.
That's a fact, too. I realized that the other day.
MLM marketing. That's another scam. Life, nigga. We fucking paying to live, y'all.
How is we paying to live on this free ass earth? But we killing everything. We killing all the shit to get food. We killing all the animals to have spaces to live. We killing all the trees to make shit to live.
We paying taxes and interest on everything, bro. That's crazy. That's probably gonna be the name of this pod already.
What the fuck is interest?
Nigga!
I mean, it's really
Bro.
inconvenience.
What the fuck is interest for?
My inconvenience.
To keep you there.
I let you borrow $5. Now I can't use my $5, bro. You owe me something for that.
What? That's trash.
It is trash.
That's trash as fuck. Student loans is a fucking scam, bro. Why the fuck do I gotta pay to go to school when I'm just gonna be out here in your stupid ass workforce? Maybe, if I can afford a house in your stupid ass housing market, maybe, and be stuck in debt forever. Certainly.
See, I gotta disagree on that one. I agree it's a scam only in how much it fucking costs. That's the scam. Like having to pay, like, alright, I can understand that.
Because they want us to go to school to make the country more productive. Pay for that shit.
Right.
For you, pay for that shit.
Nah.
There's a lot of countries that don't got the situation we got over here. So it ain't like it can't be another way.
Yeah, shit is different though.
Y'all know what else is scam? Bail money.
Death.
You said bail money?
Yeah. The fact that I can pay to avoid this consequence, you know, like,
Let me get out. Just pretend.
you feel me? So that means the richer I am, the more crime I could commit.
I'm just really with the idea of having Green on the pod.
I mean, you definitely just bullied your way into it, nigga. But alright.
I mean, because you guys are just leaving it okay.
No, nigga, I want you on the pod. Like, you want me to like, come on, man. I don't want to force you because I don't understand why you're not. And it's like,
I think it's a good idea.
alright, man.
I still think he should be blurred out, though. Let me just say that for the record.
If that's the case, then I'd rather not be on camera.
Get over here.
Agreement, bro. Breaking the bond right now.
Okay.
We signed that contract in blood.
Oh shit. I mean, I already licked this thing.
Hey, man, y'all know my rule, dog. I don't want to be forcing nobody to do nothing they don't want to do, but...
I don't
Okay,
mind.
but you acting like you don't want to be on it, and I'm just like, if you don't want to, that's okay.
I
You've been
understand.
bullying us
But if
since
you
the
don't-
podcast started. Don't stop.
Me? Come on, bruh. Come on,
I promise.
Come on, bruh.
I'm teasing.
I ain't feeling any type of way.
I don't like Green like that. Hilarious.
That's just temporarily.
Yeah.
Hilarious.
Yeah, no, I don't mind this dynamic.
Bruh, we already passed you minding it. Five James done spoke.
Look, man, I mean, we're all a group. I still say nah, but I'm only one person. I'm only one person.
That's two now. I mean, I think Green still got the 2 votes. He could
I
still.
voted last week. We voting every week.
I'm just bringing up the vote again.
If Green vote counted for 1, we still outvoted you.
Yeah, I guess you're right. All right, fine. Love y'all.